Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And you're the host, Justin.
Hair, who dis?
Yeah, new hair, who dat? Look like a Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic.
Oh, fuck. Please, there's enough room on the door.
There was enough room on that door.
So, you know actually what I realized? Because I went and got this cut yesterday.
Okay.
Night before we're watching Casper. And I realized...
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I realize I have Bill Pullman's hair. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
I do Bill Pullman's hair.
Okay.
And it works for me, I think.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Yeah.
And the great thing is I spent so much time training my hair in high school to do this that as soon as she cut it, it just fell into this.
Oh, okay. So, as usual, trying to promote the one chip, trying to say, hey, subscribe, get some subs in there, and make us eat these hot ass chips.
You missed September, so now you gotta pay us full price.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not mad, just a little, disappointed in you.
How many bits?
Well, I was saying 10,000 because that's $100. That's
fair.
That's fair.
For me to potentially ruin my taste buds forever.
I wouldn't say forever, because they said.
Let me have this.
Huh?
Let me have this.
Okay, I mean, it'll be for the rest of the night. It will be for that. So we're gonna start off a little baby mode. I did not hang out of the bags because they did not hold up well. I opened it up and shredded right down the side of both of them. Yeah. Because I just wanted to give them a shot. One is I keep saying taco and I don't really mean it. It is the Cheetos Mexican corn flavored street corn. And the other one is Sweet Carolina Reaper.
So it is street corn, right? Not just Mexican corn?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct. And I didn't quite like this.
Do you like street corn?
I don't mind it.
Slab it in mayo.
Mayo and butter and the picante, or what do they call it? Like, I don't...
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, but it's not bad, it's not my cut. Like...
There's a very strong corn flavor.
There's a very strong corn flavor, and then it hits you with the lime, and then it hits you with the spices, and then it follows up with even more lime. Like, It's not bad, it's just... Here, I'll leave those for you. I don't mind them. Not my cut.
I'm not going to run out and get a bag, but if I'm at a party and they have these, I'm not mad.
No. But this is what we're here for. So, I had one handful of this. And, well, I'm going to have another handful now. But let me put it like this. The heat does not last long, which is good for people like me. But the heat is still up there. But I will say, the sweetness I got beforehand, multitudes. It was a very interesting flavor. Sweet Carolina Reaper, baby.
Go to fat one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a Flamin' Hot Cheeto, but sweet.
Wait for it. Well, maybe it's just me.
Maybe. My thing is it does the same thing Flamin' Hot Cheetos do, where tune in, okay, it's a bit spicy, and then for some reason when you swallow it, that's what it gets you in the back. You know, I don't know why.
That's just what spice do.
It's not bad. I don't know how I feel about the sweet.
I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. Like, it tastes good to me. It's just, it makes it uncomfortable to eat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's one problem I have with places like, we've got the spiciest wings ever. It's like, okay, but do they taste good?
No. Well,
because spice is not a flavor.
There was a Diners, Drive-In, and Drives thing, or a Man vs. Food, one of the two, where he had like a small plate. It was like yay big, and he says those were fucking damn good while being drenched in sweat. But he's like, those were damn good. You know, great chicken, great flavoring, great heat to those who want that. But me and these,
and that's where I'm at on the hot ones. I'm like, does the sauce taste good in addition to being hot?
Right, and there was a couple that I saw in there. Like, one turned the wing completely fucking yellow, and I was like, oh, that looks weird. But they were like, ooh, this is good. I could taste, like, a real flavoring of, like, a lemon and this and this. And I'm going to be attempting to cool down this heat with Mountain Dew Voodoo for this year, which every year apparently has been a new flavor. And I didn't know that until recently, because I had one. And I was like, this isn't what I remember.
Well, last year was very citrusy, like
Yeah.
very orange.
Yeah, this one, have you had this one? Oh! Ooh. Let me take a quick hit for it. This one's got a bit of a lime with like a lemonade background. Like, it's very interesting. I like it. What's it
I'm
smell
getting
like?
like holiday Sprite from it, like the original holiday Sprite.
Not the Sprite cranberry?
Yeah.
Want a Sprite cranberry? I like it.
That made the spice worse.
Really?
Yeah, like it
The
hit
lime-
the tongue and kind of pushed it around the mouth.
Really? I'm feeling a nice chill from it.
That's definitely different from last year. We'll have to get one.
It's a little limonade-y, maybe a little more lime than a lemonade, but I like it. The only downside of it, 144% of your daily intake of sugar per bottle.
I'm surprised it's not sludge.
I'm surprised it can hold up. But high fructose corn syrup does that. Quincy saw some movies. My tongue hurts. You know what? What's the worst thing that will happen? Right?
You're gonna spontaneously combust and catch me on fire in the process.
Okay.
I'm going out of town next week. Don't do that.
There's no fear in these
When
guys.
I come back, you can do it when I come back.
There's no fear in these guys.
Okay, so I saw Hocus Pocus 2. We watched it like almost at midnight when it dropped. Everyone that's shitting on this movie, I'm gonna have to put it in perspective for you because my brother and his girlfriend are like, we didn't like it.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, but let me lay it out before you tell me why you don't like it. I don't want to hear anything about why you don't like it. Let me lay something out and see if this changes things. This movie's not fucking made for you. It's made for kids, 10 to 15-year-olds, 10 to 16-year-olds, just like the first one was. My brother's girlfriend goes, the first one wasn't. You have older people that like it, like your mom, who I looked her in the, or I was on the phone, but I went, my mother was 15, 16 when it came out because I'm the same age as Hocus Pocus. It came out the year I was born.
Okay.
And so it made her stop and go, shit. So they thought about it, and I talked to my brother the next day. He goes, we were talking about it on the way to my truck this morning. You really put it in perspective for us, and I like the movie a lot more now. Because you're right, it's not made for me. There's a fart joke 30 minutes into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very little, very small. They're walking into a Walgreens, and this one. I can only remember Winnie. I can't remember the other two. As she's walking on the Walgreens, just a little, and her go, ooh. And that was it. It wasn't a massive fart joke. It's not like the Harley Quinn fart joke in the Batman Harley Quinn movie.
Fair enough.
It's because it's for kids. But there's jokes in there for the mom and dad and whoever else that watches it. Musical numbers were great. Also, everyone is missing the post-credit scene.
You had mentioned that.
So my brother missed the post-credit scene. My mother missed post-credit scene. So you get a musical number of them in like a recording booth.
I put a song on you?
No.
Ah.
A twist on The Bitch Is Back by Elton John. It's The Witch Is Back. Or The Witches Are Back. Something like that. It's
Okay.
already on Apple Music, too. I'll play it for you later.
Okay.
It's great.
That sounds like a really good remix, especially with Bette Midler.
They start the movie with part of it, but they do the full thing at the end.
Okay.
And then if you watch all the credits, then there's one more, like, 10-second cutscene at the very end.
Okay.
And that's what everyone's missing.
Okay. Is it spoiler, or do I need to see it? Oh, okay. Well, doing that, that's a yes.
So I would say it's good for everyone to see it,
Okay.
but you could totally guess what it means. You won't guess exactly what it is without seeing the movie, but you can totally guess what that final credit scene means just because you know movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. The jokes were hitting for me. I was laughing. I was jamming out to the music. The witches looked great. There was an emotional scene in it. Doug Jones is back as Billy. He's got a pretty good chunk of time as Billy in the movie. My mom took the stance of, I don't think the witches get nearly as much screen time. I went, Mom, the movie's longer than the first one. I'm pretty sure they do. And so what'll probably end up happening is at some point, knowing me, I will have downtime that I should be doing something important, and I won't. And what I'll end up doing is I'll end up watching Hocus Pocus 1 and counting the amount of time they're in the movie, and I will rewatch Hocus Pocus 2 and count the amount of time that they're in that movie.
Do statistics?
Yeah,
I'm sure someone's already done this.
I Googled and no one had.
Yeah,
It's been a couple days now, so I could probably Google again, but I even checked Reddit and everything.
Okay.
And I wasn't coming up with anything. So, I like it. My mom's like, I don't know, it was worth waiting 30 years. And I went, stop aging me, it's 29. No, but she's like, I don't know, it was worth waiting 30 years. I'm like, you didn't wait 30 years. We never thought there was going to be a sequel to Hocus Pocus 2.
It ended straight.
Yeah, it's not like it ended with a cliffhanger or a post-credit scene for Hocus Pocus 1, and then for 29 years they didn't fucking make one.
No, it was an idea from an executive that said this is a good idea. Also, that was a bad idea.
You eat a bunch of them? Yeah. Here, have some of the corn. Pull it down. Oh, you know what? Here, have a pocket chip. That'll help. I wish I had snacks up here. I don't.
It's fine.
You go get water?
No, I'm good. I'll just keep drinking on the lime.
You need me to chug this and I can pee in the cup? And...
No, I ain't drinking pee. I'm sorry.
Did you know that all pee at one point was blood?
Did you know that all air at one time was breathed in by a creature that is far older than you?
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Show me the money! Oh, I'm going to die with this chip.
Also, they did the 25th anniversary 4 years ago for Hocus Pocus. We recorded it and never watched it. Since then, we have changed DVRs and moved and whatnot. We lost it.
Oh, no.
They just put it on Disney Plus.
Nice.
So you can watch that, too.
Nice.
It's fun. I don't see the problem. I'm taking these away from you.
Yeah, take them away. I'm done. I don't want them anymore. They're good. They are the sweet immediately gets superseded by that Carolina Reaper flavoring, and it hurts.
Would holding the card make you feel better?
Card?
The card.
Oh, the card.
The card.
Yeah, let me do the card.
You can hold the card.
I'll hold the card. Quincy pulled a good card recently. It's a good card, a very good card. A Giratina V alternative art, full art. Beautiful. What is the average? Not the graded?
200.
$200? $200 in my hands.
And if you get a high grade, which it's questionable on this one because of the centering, that one's running around 8 to 9.
Not bad.
I've seen it go as low as $7, but $700 for a card is not something to scoff at.
Yeah. For the VOD, for those who actually watch the VODs.
I don't see.
I actually ran into a person who watches our VODs.
Good. I don't see a problem with Hocus Pocus 2. I don't see a reason not to watch it. I thought it was fun. And one of the other things is like, so the teenagers in this one is a group of 3 girls.
Yes.
Who are going through their own emotional things. You know, in the first movie, it's the teen boy dealing with the fact that he had to move to this new town, leave his friends behind, meets the new girl, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
This one, it's the group of friends that have kind of broken up because one of them has a boyfriend now. And that was where I was like, it's not a story for us. It's not a story for my brother who is 24 or his girlfriend who's in her 30s. Like, it's not a story for you because we're no longer teenage girls dealing with thinking we're losing a friend because they got a boyfriend. And I know I just called myself a teenage girl, and you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
We've all been there.
As a teenage girl.
As a teenage girl.
Gaining a boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
Or at least our friend getting a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, either side.
It's not a movie for 30-somethings.
No.
There's jokes and stuff in there for 30-somethings.
Yes. It's just, don't go expecting all of it to be.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay. I mean, I'm probably going to watch it a little bit later. And Sock says in the chat, you're a great teenage girl. Don't worry, Q. Hello, Sock.
I cut off the hair. I can't anymore.
You look okay, wait. Turn your head. Not the other side. Okay, you look a little Rapunzel-ish.
Oh. What down my hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
The lady cuts my hair.
Yeah.
And after she cuts it, my neck was hairy as fuck. Because my hair was like 14 inches long, 15 inches long. So my neck's hairy, and she goes, oh, and she goes, you can't hide it anymore. And she starts, yeah, I haven't seen this one yet.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I mean, come on.
That
totally called it,
Yeah.
I saw that coming. She goes, "Oh, you can't hide it anymore." Talking about the neck hair, and she shaved most of it off for me. And I was like, I wasn't hiding it. I wasn't gonna fight through 14 inches of hair to get to it. Like it wasn't happening. Okay, the other movie I watched, Smile. We went and saw this one in theaters, mostly because the marketing for this movie was insane.
It was so TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Every time I would scroll down it in one way or another, there was always something.
Not just that, they put people behind home plate at professional MLB games who were just standing there
with a smile. They really wanted this movie to do well.
So it made like $20-something million in its opening weekend, so it did okay.
Like, to me, the premise seems very strange. Like, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, oh, this looks like a weird B-style movie. Because it was just smile, and then you see the pull lines, and I was like, oh, that looks cheesy as shit.
So, have you seen It Follows?
No.
Okay. I didn't like It Follows. This is It Follows, but kind of better, in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
I'm not saying this is a good movie.
No.
I'm saying that it's better than It Follows. It Follows was basically a One Missed Call or a Ring clone, which are all clones of Ringu. You somehow get infected with this demonic thing that's going to kill you in X amount of time. Try to survive.
Try to survive or figure the cure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Ringu or in the Ring, it's generally moving the VHS tape onto someone else or locking that bitch in the well.
So funny thing, that doesn't stop.
Okay.
Samara / what was the American one's name?
I don't know. But so it doesn't stop her in Ringu. Does it stop her in the Ring?
No.
Because I don't remember the Ring.
No. Samara is Japanese. What is the American?
Sarah?
No, it's
Samantha? Satan? Sriracha? Serenade?
It's probably Sriracha. Samara. Okay, so wait. Sadako is okay.
Sadako.
Okay.
Samara.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Socks. The hair doesn't look. It does look nice.
It does. It's just you keep saying I've seen you with short hair. I have not seen you with short hair. The end.
Okay, I did not cut my hair.
Either that or it's been during a time when.
Because I know the last time I cut my hair,
it wasn't that much.
It was a Blue Brook. No, it was more than this actually. I was actually not the biggest fan of the way it came out.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
And then this is what I would look like shortly after.
Probably because you wore your head a lot. Yeah.
So, whatever. The concept is you have 7 days to die. Try to survive, basically.
Yeah.
So what happens with It Follows is it's given to you sexually.
Okay.
So the thing's after me and it's going to kill me. If I go fuck someone,
it's on them.
I pass it on to them and I survive.
That's an interesting premise, but also very odd and niche.
Yeah. I didn't really like the movie personally. It didn't make sense. This one's kind of this weird thing where, so spooky STI, exactly. So this one, she's the main actress, who's not the poster here, is Kevin Bacon's daughter. First of all, which did not know.
Now you can do more degrees to bacon.
Yes. So she is a therapist at a hospital, where, like an emergency mental hospital type of thing.
Okay.
And she has a patient that's brought in who's explaining that there's this thing, it wears people's faces, she sees it, it smiles, it's told her she's going to die. Okay. It all started after her professor committed suicide in front of her with a hammer.
Kind of metal.
And then she promptly goes on to seemingly die. And then stands up and she's...
smiled up.
And then she kills herself brutally in front of the main character, and that's how it passes on. It needs trauma to pass on to the next person. So the whole movie's kind of talking about dealing with your trauma and whatnot.
Dealing with trauma / demon.
Well, the main character also has childhood trauma. She found her mother dead after an overdose.
Okay.
Type thing.
Okay. So it's just okay. I might actually check this one out when it slides over to a streaming site.
The thing I had an issue with is there was moments where comedy and horror go together They're almost the same thing.
That's why Friday the 13th does so well with
That's
both.
why Evil Dead does so
That's
well.
what. Oh, Evil Dead does
Army of
amazing.
Darkness.
Well,
Frighteners.
Hold on. I was about to say, okay, Evil Dead original does. Evil Dead remake, not so much.
I love the remake. It's just not funny.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
As far as the thing you're going for.
Yeah. Frighteners.
Frighteners.
Fucking hilarious. Dark. People want to make, when the first time I watched it, I went, oh shit.
Idle Hands.
Idle Hands. Final Destination even has a few jokes. If we're gonna stay in the Devon Sawa area.
Yeah.
Chucky makes jokes as he's killing you. Freddy Krueger makes jokes as he's killing you. Depending on your opinion on the way lines are done, I find Loomis to be hilarious in Halloween 2 when he's screaming about how many times he shot Michael Myers. I shot him 6 damn times.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Exorcist 3.
That whole movie was just it's amazing, but the stuff they had to go through just because the actor couldn't get his shit together.
Yeah.
So there's parts where they're trying to toe that line, and they accidentally just go funny.
They make it go. So it's one of those. A man is laughing so hard he's dying on the inside.
So there's a lot of scenes.
The Bill Paxton scene from something. Continue. I'm sorry. It just sparked something.
There's a lot of scenes where like we don't know, like we're seeing something go down and we find out it's a dream, just having a nightmare.
Yeah.
And so there's a part where we're trying to do this full blown her having like a major nightmare to the max type of thing, and one of the things doing it actually just made me laugh instead of like be scared.
I can't find it. But
most of the smiles in it weren't all that creepy. In fact, the one that's being used for the poster
is probably the creepiest.
Most of her smiles throughout the movie really aren't. I think there's one that really got me, and it's after she first interacts with the person. She goes back to her house and she's in her kitchen, and she doesn't have any lights on in the kitchen. She has lights on in other places of the house. There's just a little bit of radiant light, and she's standing there drinking a glass of wine, and you can see just in the distance, barely lit, this woman standing in her house just.
Yeah, okay. That would be a little odd.
But there's another part where she's talking to someone who she doesn't realize is going to be the smile thing. She's standing there, she's sitting there talking to her for a minute, and all of a sudden just.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And like there was parts where me and Lauren are fucking almost shitting ourselves laughing.
Okay.
I don't think it was a terrible movie. My like other thing with it was there was a lot of moments in it that felt like, oh, they're paying homage. Oh wait, that's really like on the nose.
So you think
are they paying homage, or did they just rip off that movie?
I'm thinking that's still one of those very thin lines that could be easily jumped over.
But the problem was, it was like, oh, they're paying homage to this movie, and 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 this movie. And after a while, I was like, other than the concept of it being a smile, what the fuck was original to this? So I started to get kind of at that point.
The cliches and all that, and all the tropes were too on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, there were things where I straight up went, oh, that's that movie.
Yeah.
Not, oh, that's the cliche of she runs upstairs when she should be running downstairs. No, like, oh, that's a scene out of that fucking movie. Because I remember that, and that was a fucking brutal scene in that movie. But in this movie, it's like, okay.
Before we got started, there was a discussion between you and Lauren about this movie having the similarity between another one, and then how you pulled up not just one, and you pulled up multiple. Yeah. So I can see this.
So
but, I mean, I'm probably still gonna enjoy it if you enjoyed it, but going expecting a comedy, you're saying?
No, don't go in expecting a comedy. Just understand that there's gonna be parts
that are funny.
Yeah, they're trying to toe that line, but they didn't toe it very well, and it just kind of tipped over.
Oh,
like they were trying to be like, oh, it's that like you don't want to laugh because it's such a fucked up situation, and you're like, but they kind of pushed it a little too far, so you're like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. So I don't want to give away too many details.
Okay,
but there's a nightmare scene where her boss starts doing something, but the way he's acting and everything, it comes off comedic.
Okay, because it's subconscious. It's what they see in that.
It doesn't help that I can't think of the actors right now, but it's Kumar, for Harold Kumar, that plays her boss.
I know you're talking. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, but I'm okay. I would definitely climb into this one just to. I'm going to expect a comedy. I know you're saying don't, but I'm going to.
And there's some amazing acting in it, for sure, though.
Because I have yet to really have, over the last, we'll say 10 years, I have not been wowed by very many horror movies.
See, I have an issue with modern horror myself.
Yeah.
I'm a huge horror fan.
Yes.
And I have an issue with modern horror. I think the last modern horror movie where I was just like, holy shit, was Sinister.
Yeah.
I've seen one since that. Seen movies since that. I'm like, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But like,
nothing
holy shit.
Nothing
Sinister.
Sinister was grand.
Yeah.
Having the pacing that it was, the lighting could have been a little bit better, just because I don't want to say it was your TV, but at the same time, I would have also figured in the theater would have been that bad also.
Yeah, I think the concept was to watch it in a theater though.
And yeah,
lights
even,
off.
It was dark. It was just a dark movie in total, but it really set that movie up. Especially that what I'm going to call the twist at the end, even though it's not really a twist, it's what has happened.
Yeah.
I liked it. That was a good amazing. 10 on 10.
Okay, so I will say, like, the new Candyman was phenomenal, and the messages it sends is phenomenal.
Yeah. I just wasn't a fan of Candyman, so that's why I didn't line out for it.
Okay. Black Phone was phenomenal.
I want to see that still.
It's on Peacock.
I know. I need to go watch it. Because I just like Ethan Hawke.
If you want the comedy horror, Studio 666.
You mentioned that.
Foo Fighter one.
Yeah. You
That
said
was really
it starts off kind of cheesy, corny, but gets better, like, as far as budget-wise.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the new Scream was good. It didn't feel like the other Screams to me, but I did enjoy it. It's the first one without Wes.
I know that it's your favorite movie series. I've just never been a fan of Scream movies.
I think the big thing is you have to be a fan, like a big horror fan,
I like the first two.
for it to really work.
I like the first two, but would I rewatch them again? No, not really.
So I will watch 1 and 2 all the fucking time.
Yeah.
3 is the one I'm like, if it's on, I watch it, but it's not the one I run to put it in. I do enjoy it. To be fair, Kevin Williams wasn't available to write the script on that one.
Okay.
And then 4 is fucking great, and I don't know why 4 gets so little credit. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that it has Emma Roberts, and she's problematic because there was a whole her abusing Evan Peters thing.
Wouldn't know anything about it, but
So she was in a relationship with Evan Peters, and they had a big domestic thing, and it seems like she beat the shit out of him.
Oh.
So, and I could see that being a reason why people are like, I don't like Scream 4.
Sure. Yeah.
But people didn't like it before all that came out, and I don't know why. I truly think Scream 4 is good. For me, it would go 1, 2, 4.
Okay.
Then 3, then 5.
Really?
Something's got to come last. 3 and 5 kind of sit there and teeter like this because there's a lot I do like about 3. But 5, you can really tell it's not Wes Craven.
Okay.
And that's not making it a bad movie. It just makes it different in the grand scheme of what Scream is.
movies.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's actually a fair...
It's like you could always tell the Freddy Krueger movies that Wes Craven didn't make.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You
and
know?
then the extra sequels of Hellraiser, which now, I mean, there are the good ones, apparently.
So the first couple are good. 2 is phenomenal.
2 is great.
Hellraiser 2 is great. And then it's just like, it got away from Clive, it got away from Doug, and that's where it got weird. But this new one's looking really good.
Yeah, 2 is if you're a huge Gorehound fan and really just want some good practical effects. Yeah.
But you also get to find out more about the box, too.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, you find out more about the box. You find out more about kind of the Xenobites. Kind of.
That's actually when he's first called Pinhead because he didn't have a name. He was just
he
a Cenobite. He was the lead Cenobite.
Yeah.
Fans actually named him Pinhead. Kind of like fans named Slimer.
Mr. Corgus, thanks for the sub, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Go. And then now with this current one, it just looked, the trailer just looked good. Yeah. And then when you told me, oh yeah, it'll be out next week, I was like, shit, really that quick?
2 days now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be excited.
So anyone that doesn't want spoilers, I'm talking about that one in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It won't be this following Wednesday. It won't be this coming Wednesday. It'll be the one after that.
Yeah. Next Wednesday it'll probably be me, either flying solo or if Socks is available, it'll be Socks and I going in for a little espresso shot, giving up a little bit of our little bits and bobs for how we feel for the week. You were watching things. I was playing things. I spent a long time playing a very particular game, and I'll talk about it when we talk about the news. Boop. But speaking of things that are super cool,
I played a little.
I like this game. Over on the October Choice for Humble Bundle, if you want to support the channel as well as support yourself with a really amazing game, which is now a lot better on PC.
That was you, right? An hour ago?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Deathloop is among the one of 8 games that you can get from the Humble Bundle Monthly, or Humble Choice as they call it now. Deathloop is an amazing, well-written story-style game that I really need to get back through. The only downside is I'm kind of knee-deep in the thing I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But this is a $60 game that you get for $12, and you get a whole bunch of other games such as Monster Train, First Class Collector's Edition, kind of Clash of Clansy. It's a very deck building roguelite. Hearthstone does it a little bit better, but if you're needing something a little bit smaller, this is kind of it. That's how I feel about it. You get the Dark Pictures Little Hope, which is the college student one where they go out to the woods with, Scream actor. Cox.
Courtney Cox?
Not Courtney Cox.
Her ex-husband? David Arquette?
Yes, thank you. David Arquette, thank you.
He's got a new one. I don't think it's this.
I thought he was in Little Hope.
No. The new thing he's doing actually isn't part of the Dark Pictures, I don't think.
Really? I thought this was the one that he did. Because it was the one where he was telling people to stay still and then...
Yeah, because it's him and like a bunch of horror actors doing this new game that you're talking about. It's The Quarry.
Okay.
Yeah, The Quarry's the new one.
Then disregard. Little Hope is just similar to Supermassive. Okay.
Yeah, and it's got like... Okay, what the fuck that was about? It's got like a huge cast of horror people.
Okay. Then disregard. I'm sorry. I thought this was it. But even still, Dark Pictures does amazing jobs with horror storytelling and real decision making. Disciples Liberation. I'm an okay fan with the Disciples series. It's very time consuming. It is build a base, recruit people, go and attack smaller things or ally with them, make decisions based on certain things. You can...
Real quick, Little Hope was the one that had the bus that crashed with 4 college students and stranded them in the abandoned New England town. Like on the outskirts of it.
Okay. Speaking of horror, they really went hard on these horror games because Made of Sker, S-K-E-R.
That's still available to us, right?
That, yes.
Okay.
At least I think it is. But this one is first-person horror at its finest.
Did you remember to pull that up?
No, but send that to me and I will pull it up a little bit later. I forgot all about that. Thank you. Epic Chef, which is a little Ready, Set, Cook, but with a little bit of fantasy Highland style things. I liked its trailer. Go check it out if you want to take a peek at that. Railroad Corporation, I'm just not one for these types of games. Ready to... there's a tabletop game that involves trains as well. I don't remember what it's called right now, but...
Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
No. But thank you. I don't know. Trains and I are neutral. Don't really feel it, but to those who like it, there you go. Golf Gang, Sox hates golf games, but I don't think she'll like this one either. It's a zany, bounce into everybody, get your ball to the hole.
There used to be one where you could beat the shit out of your caddy if you missed. Way back when. There was a golf game where if you like did bad on your swing, you would get caddy points to beat the shit out of your caddy, like get in a fist fight.
That sounds pretty good. I would enjoy that. But then again, this is mini golf, but with strange physics and strange worlds. Go check it out. But then again, as said, Deathloop is the thing to really look at. This one's a big one.
If I remember correctly, that golf game was also very much one of those games where it's like all the characters were very well-endowed women and not wearing much.
Okay, so a little BMXXX with golf kind of thing. Okay. But also another thing is this game I'm actually really excited for. Signalis, Signalis, is a part of the Humble Collection games on October 27th. This game looks good. I'm going to show you what it looks like because I like it. And we also get Ghost Song next month. I didn't really look into Ghost Song too much, but this one, no, there is. Let me do this. Let me click this. Let me turn this down. So I love this. The startup that looks like an old, like 1990s computer BIOS, and then this pixel art style. Thin legs, but beautiful architecture, contrasting colors, fucking pixelated FMV style things. I was amazed when I saw this. And I said, show me some gameplay. Oh. And it just goes to the gameplay. Beautiful lighting. It looks very dynamic. I love the inventory system. I love this first-person thing that you get whenever you go up to a thing. It kind of gives me a feel of Parasite Eve. I'm excited for this. I am very excited for this game. It is, I believe it is. There it is. A dream about dreaming. I don't know what that means. It seems really crazy, really zany, and very beautiful.
You've seen American Werewolf in London, right? American Werewolf in London, you've seen it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was during the time of which we would have seen, yes.
That was that's considered the movie that did the dream within a dream thing the best. No other movie had successfully done it or really done it, and then every movie since then has been trying to ride the coattails on that one.
Especially Inception.
Different kind of dream within a dream, but I'm talking about the fake out thing. So that's what made me think of. We've been talking about horror movies. And
yeah, we have. Badoop. So, I like Baldur's Gate. I like Neverwinter. I'm okay with Pathfinder. Let's say you want to get any of these. For $20, you get yourself a whole slew of Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate side spin-offs, Planescape. That is me. That's me when I wake up. Some really good, very, very good strategy-style games that have a lot of really base story. No, I don't want to look like that.
I said that's me.
Oh, that's you? Oh, this is you?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it is. Icewind Dale, Planescape, Baldur's Gate, Faces of Good and Evil, Siege of Dragonspear, both the enhanced editions for 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights enhanced edition with the 4 DLCs that go with it, and those are big fucking DLCs. And then Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And all these are $20, and it helps out the World Central Kitchen and whatever charity you decide to choose from. This is a good bundle. This is a very good bundle. Worth $20 easy if you're into tabletop strategy games. The only thing is if you're used to playing 5e and you slide back over to any of these, you're immediately slid back into 3.5e. Yeah. So there's going to be some things that you're like, I don't understand. Like, you find a magic item. Okay? In order for you to have a basic understanding of that magic item, instead of rolling Arcana or something around that, it is a specific skill called Use Magic Item.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you only can detect if it's magical. If you know offhand, like outside of the game, what that magic item is, you're like, okay, I know it's a magic item. That's it. You don't know what it does. So it kind of goes...
I do kind of like the concept of not everybody can use magic items.
Yeah. Dude. Back in the heyday of 3.5 when I was a orc holding up a sword that I knew was magical. And I said, I know it's magical. It'll do something different. But go and get yourself some good D&D style games. Neverwinter Nights is probably one of my most favorites. I love Neverwinter. It's one of my favorite cities.
Cheetahs are already made out of corn. How do they do this?
How do they do what?
Make it taste like corn. It's corn! It's juice.
It's juice. It has the juice. It's big, long with knobs. It has the juice. Yeah, Socks is even feeling it. Very corny. How corny of you is what Socks says. Yeah. All right, gotta go. Boop. So we just got a very nice looking trailer.
Listen, I'm all ears.
I am in physical pain. We just got our first look at the remake for Dead Space, and the date on it is January 27th, 2023. Looks fucking fantastic. There was also a trailer for the Calypso Protocol, which I'll pull up in a sec. Boop. Let me mute this. This game looks even more amazing.
So, the actress that plays Kamiko in The Boys is apparently in Callisto
Protocol.
Protocol. I almost said project.
Yes. Now, whoa. Okay, remember that unnamed project from last week?
Mm-hmm.
That's them. Okay.
I'm probably more interested in this personally. But...
I am too. Well, I don't know. I like beheading strange creature Nagas. I don't know.
You really think you're not going to behead something in this?
Oh yeah, no, I am. It's just I'm a fan of both. Is what I'm saying. Shoot
the tentacles,
not shoot the limbs. So they are very much coinciding with the.
I mean, it is clever because every other game makes you go for the head.
Yeah.
Heck, there's guns in Cyberpunk that, do auto headshots for you.
Yeah, smart weapons.
That and a sniper rifle that can shoot through walls. Those are my go-tos.
Most of them can actually do that. Like, most weapons actually have pretty interesting ballistics. Like, if you take just a regular pistol and shoot through, like, a box, it'll...
I was standing on a roof shooting through, like, a 2-foot thick thing of concrete taking out assholes.
Yeah.
With the charged up sniper rifle.
Well, we're already spoiling what I've been playing recently, so I'll go ahead and switch over to that.
I wasn't spoiling.
I know, but I was... So, I've owned Cyberpunk 2077 for about a week and a day, a week and 2 days. I've already put 48 hours into it. I like this game. I like the anime. I like the scenery. The music is making me feel. The radio stations are actually really nice.
There's one radio station that plays nothing but crap, and I can't.
I mean, you can change it. That's
I
fine. Do. Okay. But I have actually grown to really like Cyberpunk 2077. Now, that's not fair to say that I haven't run into my fair share of it, because there's been 3 major glitches. Now, in the QA world, there's the stoplight method. Green, yellow, red. Green, a little texture glitch. It's a problem. Doesn't need to be fixed right away. I've run into nothing but greens. Yellows are... You can get stuck. It's a major issue. It could be a stopping point, but I can go around it. But it's pulling me out. I've only run into one of those. One yellow. Have I run into a red? Yes, I've fallen through the world once, but is it replicatable? No.
I mean, let me put it this way. I was playing Shadow of War the other day.
Shadow of War?
Yeah, and I ran into a red.
Okay.
I went to go do the shadow, like, attack type thing where the elf steps out of you and does a second attack.
Okay.
And I glitched into a whole fucking section of wall and could not get out of it.
Okay.
And it wouldn't let me fast travel because it considered me still in combat.
Yeah.
And I sat there for 30 minutes trying to get out of that wall and could not.
Yeah, that's a red. I would have so there's something that certain games are doing right now called emergency exit, where you get pulled out and put to a safe point not far away from where you were, which is a smart idea, but it completely drops immersion down to 0. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it drops your immersion down to 0. And
Say Decay does it. You can sit there and say I'm stuck, and it has a countdown and it pulls you out and drops you somewhere.
Sock says you can buck off with that one. Is there a corn reference for buck, or am I not?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe she's thinking shuck. Did you shuck corn?
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I would have liked shocking. But Cyberpunk 2077 is now officially on my top 10 list. Like, I thoroughly enjoy this game. The voice acting, the characters, the world itself, I feel is very
Penis customization.
The penis customization, the booby thing. You can customize your character down to the finest degree. The only downside I have with that is the hairstyles. I was not comfortable with the hairstyles.
Or a me thing. I don't know. Well, explain what it is, and I will let you know if it's called something different here. My whole thing is I've never really been the best with character creation in games. I can't make myself. Sims is the best I could do, and I never got very good in that either. I hate how my character looks in Cyberpunk, but whatever. You don't see him most of the time anyways.
Yeah, unless you're riding in a vehicle in third person. I get you.
Most of the vehicles I'm riding in are enclosed. I mean, I have a bike, and I write it sometimes. Excuse me, sorry, but I normally want something with a little bit of protection.
Yeah, fair enough.
The one thing I hate about the way the game works, I found this skirt that has all this armor compared to these pants I'm wearing, and so I have to wear the skirt, and I can't wear pants.
Guess what? They added transmogging, so you can look however you want.
Okay,
just long as
I gotta figure it out. Then,
yeah, just
I've been playing the game since launch, and it wasn't a thing at launch.
yeah, it's I think it was a part of the big old 1.6 patch, and they've added a lot of very interesting features since the launch, where things were a little busted. Things weren't working as proper, and where I was holding heavy reserve against it. Because I love Cyberpunk setting. I love Shadowrun. You know, having a little bit of magic mixed in with just technology. Ah!
You alright?
Yeah, sorry,
Too
technology.
much technology? I played it at launch. Let me rephrase that. I played it within the first couple weeks of launch.
Okay, was
Because
it...
I went and bought it on sale. They had not done a big patch yet.
Okay, so no major... day one patch, yes?
Whatever the day one patch was,
Okay.
yeah. But the
Okay.
day one patch still launched a very broken game that everyone was mad about.
Yes.
And honestly, it crashed on me once.
Yeah, there were. I mean, PlayStation was getting the big ones. Computer or PC was having a little bit of problem just because it was causing a lot of graphics cards to heat up unexpectedly. But that was, I believe, AMD. Don't quote me.
Okay, so the PC thing's a whole different discussion. What I will say is there is a history of games running worse on PlayStation products, and I will leave it at that.
There is, and then there's vice versa for certain games as well, where they'll be not bad, not crash, but run worse on.
Okay, but that's the thing is there are games that full on crash on PlayStation. There are games that just kind of run poorly on Xbox.
Yes.
Vegas. Because your PlayStation 3 for some reason needed more RAM than anything else.
Oh yes, you were. I'm not going to deny that one. And Tomb Raider.
Which
Rise
one?
of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider was running like shit.
I played on Xbox and it fucking... I mean, you get a few clippy moments, but
and
ran fucking good.
if you're in a major go from gameplay to cutscene, apparently there's some slowdown to catch up to the cutscene. I never played Rise, so I don't know, but that's all I heard was that there was some debugging for that. But good news over at CD Projekt Red, they opened up a lot of projects as well as their long-term product outlook. No dates or understanding of when things are going to be, but they gave us a pretty good, what do they call it, roadmap. So for The Witcher, there are 3 projects that are going to be...
It's a new trilogy.
One is a new trilogy right here, but there's... Yeah, new trilogy here, but then there's...
Oh, okay, yeah. So...
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about a third party.
So they said that these are going to be handled... They're going to publish it, so that means it's going to go through them. So it's going to go through a third party, but they're...
I don't want to be that person.
What?
Just Cyberpunk went through you guys, and look what happened.
I mean, they fixed it, and it's one of my favorite games.
I love that they fixed it, and I will forever respect them for fixing it, just like with fucking No Man's Sky.
I was about to say,
But my whole thing is to sit there and act like, well, we'll look at it, and that'll prevent them from fucking it up. Like, guys, I played Witcher 2, and I played Cyberpunk.
And both of those are good games.
Yeah, but they're flawed.
And as No Man's Sky was.
Big flaws.
You're right. And, I mean, if we're going like that, then, what was it? Deathloop.
Smile for my mom. She wanted to see the hair.
Oh, okay. Deathloop launched god awful.
I didn't play it at launch, but I'm liking it so far.
Right, but it was bricking PCs because of how high rendered the textures were comparative. Mm-hmm. They had to, of course, run it back. Some consoles were just crashing it. It was just crashing just because it was buggy. But of course, time fixes it. And Deathloop is shaping up to be one of those games that I'm going to probably, as soon as I'm done with Cyberpunk, I'm probably going to go over to Deathloop.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. 100%, I respect them for fixing it. I respect them for admitting there was problems.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, when it's a third party, I'm like, ooh, I worry about the IP being used through a third party, and they go, will check on everything. Guys, you can't even make your own games right.
Oh, that's what you're... Okay, so it's a poke and prod, but you're not... Are you being 100% on it?
I'm a little worried about how they're going to handle the IP, unless it's like Cyberpunk, or not Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red full on says, goes full Gladiator on the writing, like...
Well, so the comparison to the anime to the game has me very positive about this.
But they were... Excuse me, sorry. They were directly related.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is that they're wanting the Phantom Liberty and Orion to be connected to it. Because this is 2077, which is the same year. Oh, hi. So, with Sirius, New Witcher Trilogy, and Canis Majoris, they are going to be their new projects for The Witcher. For Cyberpunk, they got Phantom Liberty, which is a Cyberpunk 2077, which is going to be directly from them anyways. But then you have Orion, which is just by them again.
Yeah, so Phantom Liberty, from my understanding, is the first, and it says here expansion, and I've heard about it prior to this thing.
Yes.
That is supposed to be the first expansion to Cyberpunk 2077. So using what we have, expanding to it.
Something tells me it'll probably be... I'm hoping it's just another town, a la The Pit.
I think that's what it's probably going to be.
I'm hoping it is.
I mean, look at like how they handled the DLCs for The Witcher.
Oh, okay. I have yet to get into it because, just like you, I keep screwing around.
Blood and Wine is a fucking game in its own.
Yeah, so, I mean, But then...
And they suggest that you pretty much be max leveled almost for the base game before going into Blood and Wine.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying you need to be high up when you walk into Blood and Wine.
Okay.
Don't walk in there base, don't start The Witcher, download Blood and Wine, and walk into it.
Ooh.
They're like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You need to go through and you need to play.
I mean, that's kind of how I've been doing. Like, New Vegas was the one where I maxed everything out before I even started on Old World Blues. And then when I started up Old World Blues, that's when I really, locked down. And at the bottom here, this makes me very hopeful for CD Projekt Red. Hadar. New IP. We like new IPs from companies. Especially when they just say straight up, it is a new IP.
I mean, they've always been pretty faithful to their to the source material. There's a lot of people that are mad at the Witcher books end differently than the Witcher game ends. And honestly, you're right, it does. But also, the characters you love in the Witcher game, you'd probably hate if they were the book version. Because there's a lot of dudes out there that think Yennefer's the shit. And if you fucking read the books, she's a fucking asshole.
She is.
She's an asshole in the games too,
but it's worse in the books.
It's worse in the books.
Yeah. And over on their tweet, on their nice little Twitter, they go into detail about each and every one of these little things. I'll just quickly go by them because it's a lot. The Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is a major story-driven expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. Current project stage, final production phase, which actually makes me go, okay, you guys are giving us up to date. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it now.
Okay, so I just read something. Hadar is supposed to be completely original IP.
Yes.
Not them adapting someone's IP.
Okay.
So, Starfield. Starfield?
Yeah.
Whatever the Bethesda one is.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, not...
something that already exists.
Yeah, not Doom, not Fallout, not Cyberpunk, not Witcher.
So they've already done little mythical medieval style with a futuristic dystopia, I guess we can call it.
Yeah.
What do you think they're gonna lean toward? Well, actually,
they make their own version of The Sims.
let's see here. Okay, so new standalone IP distinct from The Witcher and Cyberpunk, developed 100% internally, IP incubation since late 2021.
Was that why Cyberpunk wasn't finished? You're focused on this instead?
I mean,
sorry.
Well, this was after the launch of Cyberpunk, so keep getting pissy there. Fuck you.
Is that why it took them so long to fix it? I'm just being double dead.
I know. But, so currently in the conceptual stage by a small strike team. I'm happy with this. That means that they are leaning toward new things. I'm very curious on what it's going to be, though. Project Orion, which is the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, but it's just it's in its conceptual. It says to be developed by, so it's not even in the. I mean, it has concepts, I guess. It's just not out there.
So maybe with a Hadar thing, space.
Hadar.
Space is very different from both things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what all these companies do. Like they do something old, they do something future. You got to do space because.
Well, okay. So CD Projekt. I'm sorry for cutting you off. CD Projekt.
It's a discussion.
Yes, CD Projekt is very single player games.
No, yeah, and they said it's gonna be an RPG.
So I'm just curious on what would be beneficial for one person.
Because Outer Worlds is a single player game.
Oh, you're right. It is. Yeah, it is.
Doom.
And if you turn it off, No Man's Sky. So, okay. I'll do a little bit of scavenging around because they name these things off of some interesting things, such as Canis Majoris. Sounds like a fucking star system to me. It sounds like a wolf in stars kind of thing. So I don't. But within the Witcher universe, contracted to be developed by a third-party studio led by ex-Witcher veterans. Mm-hmm. So it is going to kind of get, as mentioned before, it's going to get the overview from them. Project Orion, same thing, probably.
Looking up the word Hadar.
Oh, yeah?
Splendor or glory. Hadar is a boy's name in the Hebrew origin, and the meaning of Hadar is splendor, glory, ornament, or citrus fruit.
It's a fucking Farmville.
Hadar is also mentioned in the Bible.
Ooh. Oh, okay. They're still working on the Witcher 3.
Story of an open world RPG built on the legacy.
Oh, on the legacy. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at it and I thought it was a part of. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Witcher 3 ends the story for Geralt. He retires from being a Witcher and whatnot. At least I think.
Oh.
I don't know. I've never finished it.
Oh.
But everything I know is that one way or another, it does end his story. And they've already come out before they did this big announcement and said the next Witcher project will not be him.
Okay, and do you want to know something interesting? That last little bullet point, all 3 games aim to be delivered within a 6-year period following the Polaris release.
That tells me they're going to build them as one giant one and then chop them.
Either
which is probably the smart way to do it.
It is a smart way to do it. Either that or it's have a very easy to use engine and just build a whole entire thing around it.
Like that's how they should do the next Bond. Focus on it as being one giant thing.
And then chop. Yeah, that seems like it would actually be a lot better.
That's how Back to the Future 2 and 3 ended up happening. It was one big thing, and they went, fuck, this is too big, and they chopped it.
And then they had to kind of fill up a little bit on the back end, or was it 2 full things?
Yeah, it was still 2 full things.
Oh, okay.
But my thought process on The Witcher was that it should be a prequel, not about him, but about
the prior Witchers before.
And, like, how the Witchers ended up in the state that they were, because there was multiple houses of Witchers. I mean, his house is only one house. The House of the Wolves is only one thing.
Okay.
There was other kinds of Witchers and whatnot. And the whole thing is they can't make new Witchers because he doesn't know how to do it. Like, it's a whole process and whatnot. They give these children this thing to drink that kills most of them, and every now and then you get a Witcher.
Yes. As one does.
And so I always thought it'd be cool if the next one was, and me and James talked about this a lot, and he added in another level to it where he was like, make your own character where you're getting to be a Witcher that's going around during these events of the early age of the Witcher.
I know you're going to hate it, but it's the best way I can really put it. Fable 3.
Okay.
I know.
Fucking
I know.
king and queen bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong, but it is... You are made for this thing, and you are caused by trauma, and now that you've had this trauma, time to go save something. Or destroy it.
I was thinking Fallout 3, New Vegas.
Okay.
You're the guy that because of... You're just one guy in this world, but...
Matthew Perry shoots you in the head.
Matthew Perry shoots you in the head because he's a huge Fallout fan that he played 3 to the point of fucking up his hand.
Did he really?
Yeah, he said he got messed up his hands. He played 3 so much, and that's and he talked about it on Ellen or something like that.
Really?
And then that's why he got to voice Benny in New Vegas. They were like, "You're such a fan, like
you want to voice Benny?"
That's one of the things that Bethesda does great is they do a lot for fans. There's a guy that wrote them about how I think it was 4, could be wrong, but I think it was 4, helped him through a lot because he lost his dad and his brother back to back.
Oh.
And they wrote him back and were like, we're naming characters on one of the DLCs after them.
Okay. Yeah.
Bethesda's always done quite crazy cool shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I always thought it'd be interesting so that you can experience the other houses and whatnot, see what it was like when there was a lot of witches around before everyone was like, oh, Witcher.
Yeah, they were seen as negative, except for to the women, because it was always, do you want to, yeah. Do you want to sleep with a Witcher? It's one of those. I'm interested, but I'm reserved.
So eventually, I've restarted Witcher 3 so many times.
I remember reading an excerpt from a woman trying to woo over Geralt, and a guy behind her was just like, "Why? They are absolutely fucking God forgotten." And she's like, "Doesn't it excite you in any way, shape, or form that this person, this one individual, has slain so many beasts that they can try and muster something in bed? Fuck you."
I bet you if there were more female witchers running around, that dude would have a very different opinion.
Oh God, yes. Then again, we're now in a generation where I go down my TikTok and there's just the muscular anime women, and they're like, "This is what I like. I want them to crush me between their thighs."
You see the guy that had the Jade Step on Me sign?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I did.
But back to the Witcher thing.
They're crazy.
I've restarted it multiple times, and I'm probably gonna restart it again because it's one of those things where it's like I end up accidentally, because I'm so like, "Ooh, what's over here? Ooh, what's over there? What's over here?"
And then you forget what you're doing.
I forget what I'm doing, or I end up somewhere way sooner than I should be.
Oh, and you're stuck.
And not even stuck, but getting the story out of order almost.
Really?
So I went and talked to not Yennefer, but one of the other ladies in his life.
Okay. I guess as good as mine.
And kind of jump-started the whole, like, her dialogue with where's Ciri and whatnot.
Ciri
and whatnot. And I'm like...
It literally said, "You're on part 6 now," and you're like...
I mean, it didn't change other stuff, but I'm talking to her way sooner than I should.
Oh, God.
And then I got distracted by titties. So
okay. Fair enough. But real quick before we head off this, the Project Cirrus, an innovative take on the Witcher universe, telling an unforgettable story for existing Witcher fans and new audiences. I think this might be where you're heading for. Okay. I'm not saying it is. I'm not going to speculate until we start seeing more. But this is the one that's being developed by the Outsource from the Molasses Flood, which is a very interesting name for a development studio.
And one of the problems is I've seen a lot of people like, it's going to have to be Ciri's story. She's not a Witcher.
And
there's a lot she can't do.
And I mean, does she kill anything of note? Does she kill the
Manticore, kind of thing? You play as her off and on throughout 3.
Really?
Yeah, like when you're discovering like what she's gone through, you play little bits of what she's gone through. The problem is she can't do the potions and tonics and whatnot because they'll kill her. Because she is not a Witcher. So it's like a lot of it's like being very crafty for killing these things because she can't heal herself up or give herself the buffs and whatnot that Geralt does.
Yeah, fair enough. Badoo. So, if you got yourself a Xbox Series X and S, you can...
I set this up.
Huh?
I set this up.
Did you? Okay. Over on the is it on the store, or do you have to go...
No, just go straight into your settings, go to your backgrounds, go to your dynamic backgrounds, and it's the first one.
Oh.
There's also two Halo ones there and a grounded one.
Oh! But yeah, you can grab yourself a Fallout 25th Anniversary one, which is a really nice looking power armor with a flickering light on its forehead. I really like this power armor. It doesn't look like one of the base ones to me, but then again, lighting could be weird.
Is it not? Oh, so I'm not seeing it.
Wow, that guy was super salty.
I didn't even read.
Can we have a non-shit game? Like, bro, have fun.
Because he's one of those ones that sits there and talks about 1 and 2 being the best things ever, which he's probably never played or hasn't played in 20 years.
Yeah. Bro, you support Bitcoin. At least Bethesda makes stuff that's worth something.
Okay.
Damn, bro!
So what I was going to say is Xbox made a comment about it. Like, Xbox commented on Fallout's tweet and they started talking to each other. And one of the things was, cool guys don't look directly at the camera.
Yeah. But that bro got fucking destroyed. But speaking of Fallout, someone did a little bit of a fan mock-up.
This is all because it's the 25th anniversary. So they made the original Fallout chapters reimagined as a Doom-style FPS.
And it looks really good.
I want to play it.
I'm...
That's you.
That is me. More. But I am hold on. Let me look at the details. Hopefully, there's nothing too scary in
Should
here.
be fine.
I'm just hoping that
80.level, I think, is the website, or 80.lv.
80.lv. I don't know what that is. I've never been here before.
They did the whole article on it. They got a couple videos of it.
Yeah. 80 level talent. Interesting. So it's just, I guess, people who are working on art style things. A longtime Fallout fan who previously worked on the Olympus 2207 mod for Fallout 2 shared an awesome demo to honor the franchise's 25th anniversary. Demo is called Fallout Bakersfield. Okay, was Bakersfield in New Vegas?
No.
I don't think it was. Yeah, no, it was just past that. So yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to because the Long Mile never made it there. Shows a new take on the classic Fallout style, reimagined in Doom style. Okay. And it uses GZ Doom, which means it's probably almost done. Okay. I'll look more into this and probably take a crack at it. If I can find it.
I'm sure it's available somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to really quick check out the...
Swear to God, if this turns out to be a Rickroll.
I'll admit the models look really good.
Yeah, I dig this a lot more than
the
top-down version of Fallout, which is funny because I play other games that are like that, and I'm fine with it. But for some reason, I've always had a little bit of a weird thing getting into it for Fallout.
And what I really like about this is it showcases the original 1 and 2 play like a tabletop game. It says you would attempt to hit this, you got damaged, you kill the ghoul, you hit the ghoul hard for criticals. It talks about what you're doing in detail down here on the bottom where our little logo is, but it goes in detail. The HP, ammo, everything looks authentic to it. A little bit of a change for the arms over here, but
I'd pay for this.
This looks good. I would also pay for this. How much would you pay? If it's a full reimagine, top to bottom, both 1 and 2.
If it's both 1 and 2, definitely I'd pay the 60.
Okay.
That's not even a question.
Okay.
If it's just one of them, I'm
30?
closer to the 30, but then I gotta stop and go, this is probably one dude doing all this work.
It is one dude doing all this work.
And so I want to pay him more, but I feel like...
You think 30 is fair, though?
If it was...
Because it's all textural.
Yeah.
It's in a engine that is already supporting $20 games.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna check
I think
right
30
now.
is fair, maybe even 40.
Let me see how much this is. 25. This uses a pre-existing engine that is a very old as shit engine in total. And it just up-renders it and throws it into 4K. I think it just got its 4K update. And I'm talking about Ion Fury.
Yeah, I think 30 is fair. I would go as high as 40. 60 for the two together, definitely.
Okay.
So while we're on it, before we move on, we got to wrap up soon. But
oh yes.
When it comes to Fallout for the 25th anniversary, which favorite game in the franchise?
Oh, for Fallout, New Vegas. New Vegas is the one I spent the most time in. Even though it was buggy as shit on my fucking PS3, I still managed to crawl my way through it and get it done.
So mine was 3. Don't get me wrong, I love New Vegas. There's nothing I don't like about New Vegas other than the way they changed the perks. I wasn't a big fan of the perk change.
The DLCs for New Vegas for me.
But 4 added so much for me with the construction.
Yeah, I didn't experience too much of that, but you're right, it did add a big...
That was something I really got into. I mean, my original one that I was stupid and deleted thinking that it was corrupted when it wasn't. The work I put into my original Sanctuary in Fallout 4 was insane. And now I'm doing it again.
Yeah. Now, Old World Blues. Have you ever done this DLC before?
No, we've talked about this.
Oh, such a good DLC for it. It will get you to laugh. Just the talking will immediately get you to lose your fucking shit. What is that you're wiggling around? Is that your Susan, I believe he's wiggling some of his penises at me.
Are they referring to fingers?
Yes.
Okay. I wish that, and I know that there's a mod out there, but we'd have to do it on PC, and I don't know how well it works. I would play Fallout 4 multiplayer.
Ooh.
In a fucking heartbeat. The concept of me and you going into the Dunraven fucking mine together just sounds fucking amazing.
Let's see if someone has done it.
I know someone did one. I just don't know if it works well.
Oh.
Well, so you can be the husband and wife together.
Yeah.
And you normally play as girls, so. Or, sorry, women.
Women, yeah.
People with the female persuasion.
Yes. Which was very interesting because you can look like a woman but speak like a man and consider yourself masculine. And I was like, steps. We're making steps.
But I don't know what I did to my character, but I don't know if it was just the way the perks lined up with the accidental drug use on my original run.
Oops.
But there would be moments where he would just
I tripped and fell and injected my butt full of.
There was moments where he would
jet.
just scream shit rather than just talk. So, like, for instance, telling Dogmeat to fetch or get into the party or something like that wouldn't just be like the normal dialogue. It'd be, fetch! I don't know what I did. Yeah, so that's 76. Don't get me wrong, 76 is a blast, and I will always play 76 with friends.
It's just a guy reporting on it, which I respect people who report on things that they're very passionate about. Passion projects are always good.
Well, we got to move on from Fallout. Happy 25th anniversary to a game franchise that I think was one of my first big steps outside of my normal gaming. I saw someone playing Fallout 3 and immediately was like, I got to get that. I need that.
Yes. Real quick, No Man's Sky is going to be heading to the Switch, and I don't want to say it is very hard for it to. Just something tells me it'll be a little scaled back, but I'm very excited to see how much of this game is going to roll over to it, considering it's a massive game right now. It has had almost 5 years to build, and I'm curious on how this game looks on the Switch. I have not taken a look, but October 7th, I will probably go around and take a quick peek at a few things. But good job, Sean. Badoop. But shoe news. Oh, wait a minute.
Did you miss someone?
Oh, no, that could be saved for last. The thing I forgot to grab.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm an okay fan with One Piece. You a fan of One Piece?
I have never once seen an episode, picked up a manga. I know the concept. I know about the fruit. It's just 8,000 episodes.
1,034.
Just like Bleach.
Bleach is only small triple digits, but you're right.
Only 800 episodes.
I think it's like 400.
I'm telling you, it's more than that.
Okay?
I will go 6. I'll meet you in the middle.
Bleach number of episodes. 366.
Really?
Yeah. I knew it was like less than about 400.
That's still a lot.
That's still a lot.
I'm not gonna. There's a lot of TV shows that push the 200, but that's a lot for a show.
And it's done.
At least it's done.
Yeah, it's done. And you can watch it on the Roku channel. Nice.
With commercials.
With commercials, but that's fine. I'd be okay with that. But then again, I have Funimation, so. Okay. But back over to the shoes. One Piece shoes. Vans did this amazing handshake with them. It looks like straw hat style with like.
I think the concept's like hemp rope.
Hemp rope, a little bit like an actual like sailing style, and it has all of the skull. What do they call it? Mantras of every character. Sanji, Zoro. Their logos, sure, of all of the Straw Hat crew, starting with Luffy in the dead center. I think that's Chopper down there. Brooks. I keep forgetting his fucking name. Zoro on the side. I'm sure there's more around them. Yeah, I don't know all the characters. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But it is a pretty good-looking shoe. Yeah. The shoes are pretty good-looking, and it even has a seal sticker that says, "Do not open before November 11th, 2022." So someone broke the law here, but...
Is this because of the new show? The live action on Netflix?
Maybe for the live action as well as the movie that's doing amazingly well over in Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, what does that matter if the movie's already come out?
Oh, I don't.
I'm just saying, like, with them setting a date of the 11th, I'm thinking it's probably because the Netflix show.
Oh, it's at the same time?
Last time we checked, we still don't have a fucking direct date.
Yeah.
Or trailer.
Yeah. But November 11th, 2022. It's a Vans original piece, so something tells me it'll probably be like $100. Does it have a price? No, it doesn't even. It doesn't even have a price. Well, keep an eye on it.
It
But
still doesn't have a date.
that's not good. Thanks, Netflix. Ba-doop. So we talked about Panini and Reebok having a handshake. This one's showcasing a little bit more of the handshake with Panini and their, what is it, Prism Collection.
Yeah, so
These are shiny.
Yeah, and they've even got one that looks like it's got an auto on it and whatnot.
Yeah, so I mean, they are kind of gimmicky looking. I do like the black with the like chrome black on the side. They are very shiny.
Yeah, I would not wear any of these.
No. Gold with a light blue, shiny. Deep royal blue with a royal blue shine, shiny.
This pen is royal blue.
And then white with the tiger stripes. I believe this was the original one, but this one's a different style of that shoe that we talked about the last time.
Yeah.
All of them look pretty good. They're all the I believe the questions. Yes, the Reebok question. Black Pulsar Prism, Tiger Prism, Rookie Signature Prism, and
Go back up to the rookie.
the Rookie. I believe it is the.
Okay, so it's that one.
Yeah, it's this one.
Damn, we can't see the whole shoe. I was wondering if they did the rated rookie logo on it. That would have been hilarious.
So wait, it's the full blue one, right? Hang on, let's see if it's just around here somewhere.
No, it says Prism on the back. That's not it.
No.
That would have been cool, though.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. They're showcasing the players on. Okay, I can get down with that. They are very forward with their. These are on the cards as well as the shoes themselves are going to be on the. Okay. And then they even have them for kids.
Nice.
So if your kid collects Panini things,
Or if you have really small feet.
or if you, I'm sorry. But so I like strawberry shortcake.
The character? Or
The
food?
character, food. I like strawberry cheesecake. I don't know if I would wear a strawberry shoe. Would you wear a strawberry shoe?
Not my color.
Yeah. Red is not my color. I'm
I
not
look good in red, but not this.
Not this. So with little tiny strawberry seeds covering the shoelaces, a strawberry on the top, and then a cheesecake layered bottom with what looks to be like a graham cracker styled bottom sole. This is a strawberry cheesecake.
So I had to stop myself, and now I'm going to say it anyways, because fuck it.
Okay.
I think this is growing up in Vegas, and this is just kind of the person I've become.
Okay.
You said I like strawberry shortcake.
Yes.
And I said the character or the food. And you said the character and the food.
Yeah.
And you said I like strawberry
Cheesecake.
And my first reaction was to go, the character or the food. And then I stopped and went, well, there isn't a character. And then I stopped and went, well, there's actually probably a stripper. Sex work is real work.
Yeah, I get it, but I've never run into one named that, so
So I went to high school with a lot of people that became strippers. None of them had creative names. And this is coming from a guy whose real middle name is
I was just
is
about to say,
Diamond.
what's your middle name?
It's Diamond. I'm just saying, none of them ever had creative names. A lot of them just went with their own name. Which I didn't know was allowed. I thought it was like a rule. You don't use your real name.
You never use your real name. Well, unless you don't care. But $140, and I believe it was going to be released next month. Nope, September 29th, which I already released. Fantastic. We're professionals.
No, we're not.
Badoo.
Once they start paying us, we become professionals.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's right. So Sox and I did a little bit of like we were futzing around. We watched someone unbox one of their new Ironside PCs. I like Ironside. Ironside does really good PC work. The only downside is costs a little bit. They do juice boxes. I'll show you real quick.
The other shoes is another release of the Tally.
The Tally. Yes.
Don't forget to bring your towel.
Don't
We've
forget to
talked
bring
about
it.
these shoes like 3 fucking times now. They're doing another release on it.
They're doing yet another one. Yeah, restock date October 6th tomorrow.
Now show me the juice box.
Okay. Ironside juice. Wow, it loaded hella quick. I like that. So,
Okay, kind of dig the blueberry.
Sock said she would do.
Grape's not bad.
Yeah, Sock said she would do the pineapple. I said I would do the grape, and then wait for it. There's dragon fruit. Wait
I'm
for
pretty
it.
sure that was an orange.
Huh?
That was an orange.
No. Oh, there.
Oh, okay.
And then wait for it. Wait for it. Bubble tea.
Boba. Aw. I would do the grape or the blueberry. The pineapple reminded me though. So there's a new Rockstar pineapple.
Okay.
Lauren's coworker was like, "Should I get you this?" And she's like, "I haven't had it yet." And he goes, "They're dirt cheap in like small cases. They're like $7 for like a bunch of cans." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "I guess get me one and I'll pay you." He showed up with 2 cases, and she doesn't like it.
Oh, I'll grab a couple if she's still got them.
Oh yeah, we still got them. You can try one here if you want before you take a bunch home and go, "Ew, these are gross."
Well, I like pineapple. I like pineapple a lot.
It tastes like pineapple,
Okay, I like pineapple.
but it tastes like Rockstar.
Oh. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they do very interesting looking PCs.
I want the PC that's filled with alcohol.
So funny thing about that is it doesn't work proper.
Of course, it doesn't work properly.
Boris tried.
No, I would actually probably, if I had to spend any kind of money, for building a computer, I would probably do one of the ones that actually sits completely submerged in the liquid, the non-electrical liquid.
Yeah, the non-conduit. Yeah. I do.
So you know words.
Yeah, I do. Non-conductive, yes. But I do like the stained glass window. If I could get a custom stained glass window one, oh my god! But look at this price tag. Look at this fucking price tag.
Dude, that's okay. Never mind. I thought there was one more number than there is.
Nah.
That's expensive. That's very expensive, especially for something I probably can't do payments on.
What?
Yeah, but they're not going to approve me.
They've been actually getting really nice with their stuff. I believe they use bread.
I was looking up so you know how NerdWallet report what people got approved on their credit cards, like score-wise, so you can estimate whether or not you'll get approved for a card that doesn't do pre-qualify, so you don't waste your time.
Sure.
I was curious about the Amazon one. They're mostly looking for people with a 700 score, and I'm like, how many of these cards y'all actually give out? Because I know one person that had a 700 score, and he ain't got that score anymore. He still has the card. At the time, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it a 7 at the time? Damn near. Oh, well, we all do that.
Okay. Just trying to remain transparent, but keep them out of it. You know.
She robbed a bank. No.
I mean,
I'm not gonna put that on her. That's a lie. We gotta wrap this.
Yeah, we gotta go. What was this about?
So, it turns out Amazon
Zamazon
was not the only one trying to do a Lord of the Rings project.
You're correct.
Multiple companies were talking to the Tolkien estate.
Yes.
And Amazon won while offering like the lowest amount of money.
Because they had the
best idea.
The ideas. Okay.
Because HBO said, "We want to remake the original trilogy."
No. No.
And then Netflix went, "We're thinking
I'm hurt today.
We're thinking a Gandalf or Aragorn show done in like the Marvel Universe style."
No.
Which, quote, frightened the people at the Tolkien estate. And that's why Ring of Power happened while bidding lower, was because their idea was the least fucking insane.
And apparently it's doing pretty good.
There's a lot of people who are mad because they're like, it doesn't connect with the Silmarillion, and it kind of changes some things on a character. And I'm like, well, that's what happens when you get adaptations. You are the same fuckers that sit there and scream at me that Gotham's an amazing show. And while I finally sat down and watched it, and I rather enjoy it,
you disconnect it hard.
Yes. And so
that's why when Phantom Liberty comes out for Cyberpunk 2077, I'm not going to connect it at all. If I can keep going with my character that I'm playing right now into Phantom Liberty, I'm going to enjoy it probably a little bit more.
That's an expansion. You should connect it.
It just says it's going to be a part of. I don't know if it's going
an
to
expansion.
Yeah. As of right now, we don't know.
It's not like someone else is making the game and starting a whole new storyline.
I don't know if it could be just a whole new game, and it could be set across the fucking whole entire
I think
country.
it's still going to be the same world. I don't think they're going to rebuild the world or anything.
Hard to say.
What we got next?
A good movie. December 2nd, we have Violent Night, which we both watched. We both watched the trailer, and from the makers of Nobody and Bullet Train come this very entertaining movie where Santa beats some serious ass. We're here for it. We're excited for it. Go watch the trailer. We can't talk about this trailer. Go watch this fucking trailer. This is a good one.
Red Band, I think.
Huh?
Was it Red Band?
No.
Okay, that was pretty bloody for not being a Red Band. They showed an awful lot.
They did. They literally showed someone exploding. Very interesting that they didn't market this. I gotta watch. Badu. So
it's not showing on Regal yet. I want to see if it would be showing yet. And I'm already into December. Fuck, I'm into June of next year. Damn.
Oh, I fucking love these. I love these a lot.
Super 7's latest wave of Toho Ultimates figures featuring a 1,200 degrees Celsius Godzilla and this
Destroya.
Reenacting the final heartbreaking moment of the 1995 film Godzilla vs. Destroya. Available for pre-order on super7.com through Godzilla Day, which is 11/3. So you still have a month.
One whole month. And this looks amazing.
Very nice.
I thoroughly love the molten look of this Godzilla. If I'm going to throw a price tag out there, and I'm curious. I am very curious if it is going to be accurate.
Throw your price. I want to throw a price too.
Okay, mine is going to be $800.
Oh, I'm going way lower than that.
$800 for this.
I'm going like 300.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully it's front page material because I don't want to go digging either. Oh, yep, front page material. Okay, ready?
It just shows a kidney.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa!
$195. That's not bad.
Okay, so I should have gone with my other guess, which was 150.
That's not bad.
I wasn't thinking it was gonna be 100 because they're kind of toys. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not figures.
Right. I would still. I would want for an extra 100. I would love like a stand to set them like this on, and just fucking have them looking primo.
Have it a stand that their feet click into, but it moves so you can have them like every now and then.
Yeah, moving back and forth. Oh, that would be so good. But $195 for these two, not bad.
$85 just for Godzilla and $110 just for
Destroya.
Good shit. Good shit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit's Jessica Rabbit?
Cheddar or Colby Jack?
Cheddar. We're talking about dinner. Sorry, everybody. Badu. Over on that Preternia, the wondrowful Twitter page that we continuously follow because they always push some new toys that always are throwbacks. Would you say? Mostly.
Yeah, most of them are throwbacks. So this is the new set that was just unveiled. They're made to look like the VHS tapes from the cartoon from the 90s. And so this one is Spider-Man from the Spider-Man cartoon, Spider-Man versus Carnage. It's when he's in his black suit. So it looks like the VHS tape, and it's going to have the figures. But there's an entire line, and there were so many I couldn't talk about them all. There's an entire line of just these retro from the X-Men 90s cartoon, Spider-Man 90s cartoon.
Hasbro Pulse is
kind of like this.
Hasbro Pulse is really pushing this shit this year. There was apparently a Hasbro PulseCon 2022. Might pull up a little bit more for next week, considering it's just going to be me flying.
Yeah, and also remember New York City Comic Con. You're gonna have stuff for that too.
Do you want to save that?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Gotta talk about it. Can't. It's not gonna be news in 2 weeks.
Fair enough. Well, I'm sure there'll be something you want to talk about.
I mean, yeah, I'll see if there's anything that blows my mind, and I'll come back and be like, oh my god, like for instance, it's not news, but I saw the giant Luffy statue that they're gonna have for the big display.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the thing's like 2 stories tall almost. It's fucking massive.
It's pretty. Okay, dude. This is fucking cute. So, did you have a Tamagotchi growing up?
I think I had the other one.
The other one?
Well,
The Digimon one?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it a Neopet?
I don't know.
Whatever the other thing was. But yeah, either a Tamagotchi or the other one. My mom stopped buying because I kept breaking them. I full on dropped one in a glass of water.
Oh.
And when she was like, "Why'd you do that?" I made a joke and said it needed a bath. And that's when she was like, well, "We're not buying these anymore."
Fair enough. But Star Wars and Tamagotchi did a handshake to give you a Grogu one.
Yep. This is set for release next year, though.
It's set for release next year, and I mean, they're cute. I don't know.
I'm gonna feel bad when I accidentally kill Grogu because I forget to feed him for 6 months.
Oh well. This is funny.
This is not news. We came across this and we just had to talk about it.
Yeah. So, I really do enjoy Die Hard. It's one of my favorite movies. Not up there in the top 20, but if it pops on, I'd watch the shit out of it.
Anyone that argues that this is not a Christmas movie has never
They're
actually
fucking
watched it.
stupid.
The fucking soundtrack. If you listen to the film score, it's Christmas songs slowed down.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh.
The easiest point to notice it is when first of all, I mean when he's landing and whatnot, you get it because you get the jingling bells. But when they're coming into the lobby at the beginning,
Oh yeah.
when the bad guys are.
Oh.
So this is a Hans Gruber Advent calendar. Thank you, Wolf Knight, Papa Wolf, and whatever Krampus.
Krampus und I don't know.
Yeah, this is just a person that does like a lot of tweeting about like different things on Twitter, but movies and pop culture and whatnot. And I saw this and we had to talk about it. So it starts at the very top, 25 days, and he falls all the way down to Splat at 1.
I'm curious what happens when he hits this little area because it's like I thought it would just stop here.
His brother comes back in 2 films for revenge.
Badoo. So
Aired today.
I'm neutral to Chucky. I've never been a fan
So good.
of Child's Play.
I love it.
I mean, I like the premise. I just never really dug into it. But yeah, go watch Chucky if you're into Chucky.
First of all, LGBT horror.
Yes.
Gay creator, trans child. So, you know,
I'm okay
anyone that
with
wants representation, there's some there for you. Also, the original movie was directed by Tom Holland, not of Spider-Man fame, but of Fright Night fame.
Yes.
And there's just so many reasons to love all this. I'm not going to shit on the remake because I didn't see it, but I'm going to tell you it doesn't make sense to go watch that when the original universe is still going because the new season started today.
Yes.
And I'm very excited. Devin Sawa is back to be killed a 3rd time. Played 2 characters in season 1 that died, and now he's back to play a different character in this season. Also, there's a guy that dies in season 1 who played a different character in the last Chucky movie that came out.
He's reprising his role.
This time he's a priest.
Oh.
I think they're at like a Catholic school.
Oh.
Is where it's going down. Because he's already done military school.
So Shudder, I've only been on Shudder once. I should keep popping on Shudder because I need to get back into horror.
So the problem is there's a lot on Shudder that I'm like, ugh. And Lauren's like, we're gonna watch this. I'm like, ugh.
But good news.
But there's also a lot of really good stuff.
But good news. Now that we don't know what to watch, we can call in to Sam Zimmerman, who is the Shudder's head of programming, who's probably seen every single thing on there,
Probably.
for some recommendations.
Yep, every Friday in October from 3 to 4 p.m. Call the number on the screen, and they will tell you what to watch.
Now,
keep calling; they'll eventually answer.
Yeah, they'll eventually answer. And out of fear of doxing, we're not going to say it aloud. So go and look up Shudder's Twitter to get the verify of number. It's not our place to say the number. I mean, we have it here, but the VODs only last for 3 weeks and then it falls.
The number is 555.
555. 5534. 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cut.
What is that here? Wait, we're Eastern.
No.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're Western.
We're Pacific.
Pacific, but we're West Coast.
So that is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock here. No, that is noon, 1 o'clock here. I can do this.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, think about it this way. It used to matter, but in the day of streaming, it no longer does. We don't get the shit until midnight our time. It no longer matters. Most banking now also translates to modern time, your local time, rather than.
You're right. You're right.
It matters a lot less in 2022 than it did in '92.
I will admit, yes. When you're watching those commercials saying 8/7 Central, you're like, what the fuck is Central? And you're just trying to fucking correlate that, and you're like, well, wait, is it 8 my time? And stupid pea-brain child think. You don't think about it.
James moved upward and somehow jumped an hour. It fucks with me. Montana's mountain time, so it's an hour fast.
It's a little eastern, but I get your point.
We're next to a state that doesn't even observe fucking daylight savings.
Yeah, I will admit that's a weird one. Eastern. Hold on. Eastern. Mountain. Well, Central, Mountain, and then Pacific. So 3 hours.
I'm going to start functioning off of Zulu time, and the rest of you are going to have to switch with me.
I'm GMT. Let's go. Yeah, time zones make no fucking sense by Saki because she's ahead a day. When we're finally reaching the new day, she's already 6 hours in the next day.
You're a time traveling jerk.
It's so bizarre. But
tell me the lotto numbers, damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? To wrap up today, over on Walmart, we have Masters of the Universe Origins, Road Ripper, and Figure. So the Road Ripper is the vehicle, Figure is the man who drives it. They're both the same. Right? Am I thinking that weird?
This is getting into the realm of Masters of the Universe that I wasn't.
I also wasn't. I remember seeing a few of the odd ones, like Bulkhead. Oh, God.
You don't need to do math to get the lotto numbers. They just say them on the screen. You write them down.
She's bad at math. Like Quincy, she is bad at math. She has me do the math.
The heck is a gigawatt?
A gigawatt? I don't... Is it actually a...
So it was supposed to be...
gigawatt.
So, yeah, 1.21 gigawatts. It was supposed to be gigawatt, but they didn't know how to spell it.
Oh!
And they didn't know they spelled it wrong until the actors read the script.
Oh!
And then they went...
Yeah, fuck it.
It's gigawatt.
Yeah, it's made up. Points don't matter. But over here you get a very interesting looking... I know it sounds different when I say it, but it's fine. It's fine. But over here you have a very interesting looking figure that kind of looks a mix between a giraffe, Optimus Prime. I don't know what the other one...
He looks like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, okay. And a Pez dispenser. Yeah. He doesn't look well. He doesn't look well. And he's got
a boyo.
I got a boyo. Oh, that hurts the Irishman in me. It looked
Laddie.
A laddie. It's a fine looking figure. It's a very retro figure. $32.99 for something that's from the past.
I feel like that price is too high.
You think so?
There's not a lot going on with this toy.
There's not a lot, and
I feel like there's toys that offer a lot more I can get for $32. and also I have to look at that.
Mother, it is my turn to play the Xbox. I'm sorry, that face looks so straight.
So, could you imagine?
No.
You fall asleep on the couch. You're a dad. You fall asleep on the couch.
Okay, so hold on.
You get your New Balances on.
No.
You're a dad.
Can I wear Skechers?
Fine, but they're still white.
That's fine.
Okay.
I like Skechers.
You wake up because the TV's gone to static because it's the 80s. And that fucking thing's staring at you from across the coffee table. Mallet in hand. Neck extended. Tell me you ain't putting that into the VCR.
Oh, I would punch it. Yeah, no. I would fist fight it. Okay, but that is today. That is the good cast. What is it, $1.40? That ain't bad.
There's cards on the floor, apparently.
Oh, wait, there was one more thing. Real quick.
Oh, yeah, the one thing we had to pull
The
up.
one thing that I wanted to pull up, but I forgot because I'm ADHD, sorry. I have object permanence, so that also means that I forget things, and when someone's like, well, it's not the same as object permanence, it actually is. It's just something that's on the side of my brain. But dupe. So, yeah, in a minute.
Yeah.
What's better than having two hobbies? Having two hobbies match up. Over on the Legos website, if you follow Dungeon Glitch, down below in the comment section, there's a link where you can go and submit ideas that are Dungeons & Dragons themed to mix in with Lego. You can... Dungeons & Dragons Lego. I'm actually really excited for this.
No, so am I. I think this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, go to ideas.lego.com and there's a voting thing, and hopefully we see some bits and bobs of either Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, hopefully we get a big expansive universe. Strixhaven. I would love Strixhaven.
Just think of all the different dragon designs they can do.
Yeah, instead of that little piece of shit one from the 1990s medieval set that I did not like at all. Yeah. I want to build a dragon. I would actually want to buy it. I would actually go out of my way to buy it. Ideas.lego.com. Go do it. All right. Yes, Quincy.
It's spooky month.
It's a spooky month.
Where's my fucking candy?
Minsk and Boo. I would love to see Minsk and Boo. I would like to see Drist Jordan. Wait, is there anything in there?
No, there's nothing in there. I'm asking you for candy.
That's
this is worse than Big Daddy.
Well, to be fair, that's a lot of fucking sugar in just this little shot.
No, I'm not bringing you here back from Disneyland.
Were you going to anyways?
Probably.
Really?
I'm a decent person sometimes.
Oh. All right.
Drink in there? No.
No, that's a good bag.
There's carpet around here.
Yeah, that too. All right, let's go ahead and give the finale here. Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a friend of me. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to subscribe on Twitch so that way we can eat some hot-ass chips at the start of that following podcast. You good?
Yep.
Okay. Remember to follow us on our socials down in the description. Talk to us. We actually like talking. It's just give us a little bit of a moment. We've been having a real rough time catching up on things, as you can plainly tell. Yeah, sleep as well. I've actually been catching up on sleep.
I was up at 6 and I didn't fall asleep until like 4.
Oh, well then again, you've got 3 jobs. Yeah.
Which I'm doing tomorrow.
But always remember this last little tidbit. It's free to do. Be kind to one another. Now that my boss no longer works with me, I might actually have a little bit more of that good feeling. Fuck that guy. I wish not. If he hears this, fuck you and the... Oh, no. Not ending this on a negative note. I'm going to be kind.
We're going to get doxxed.
I don't give by him. He's fucking stupid. He wouldn't be able to. Bye, everybody.
Bye.